Dreams. Dreams are the movies of the inner mind, the subconscious manifesting itself to the dreamer. 1/3 of our lives involve sleep and dreaming. There are many interpretations to dreams. If you pay attention to dreams, they can help resolve life's difficulties and problems. Samuel at age 10, experienced many nightmares and sleep difficulties. He was being studied at the Sleep Institute in Boston, Massachusetts. He arrived at the Sleep Institute 9 o'clock sharp on this cold December evening. Large flakes of snow started falling, spreading a white sheet on the buildings and ground. Samuel slipped into the pajamas he had brought with him. Then, he went into the sleep room and met up with his attending physician, Dr. Anthony Rhodes. "Lie down on this bed over here, Samuel, and I'll get you hooked up." Dr. Forehead, 2 probes on his temples, and 2 probes on his chest. He was hooked up to a machine that monitored when he was dreaming. "Now remember what I said. If you have that recurring dream that you're being chased by the black bear, don't run. Try to realize you're dreaming, and confront the bear and ask what it wants. Then, try to watch him unfasten his suit. A little boy will come out of the suit. When you know dreaming, we call it lucid dreaming. It may an end to the nightmares." Dr. Rhodes said, in a gentle voice. "I'll see you in the morning," he added. He darkened the room and went into the monitoring room. Samuel lay there for about a half an hour, drifted off to sleep and entered a dream state. He found himself climbing a cliff, his footing gave away and he started falling, which means loss of control over a situation. Then, an angel rescued and gracefully brought him to the top of the cliff. The angel was a messenger of God. And a cliff meant it was time for a radical change. Climbing upward means you're going in the right direction. Samuel then found himself at his grandmother's house, which was a recurring dream. Slowly walked up into the attic, where he witnessed haunting and eerie sounds. A female spirit haunted the attic. The dream interpretation of a grandmother means your wise self, and it means a higher or spiritual self, growth and development. Samuel left his grandmother's house and entered the woods. A hawk flew by him, meaning to soar spiritually. A pure yellow bird landed in front of him. Yellow represents peace and harmony. He continued walking in the woods and came across a reservoir, which represented a storage place for feelings, emotions, attitudes, and ideas. He decided to take a swim, which means understanding emotional lessons. Samuel got out of the water and put his clothes back on. Dreaming that you're naked symbolizes total openness and exposure, not hiding the true self. His clothes represented the games and roles the self plays and the attitudes one has. He then looked up in the deep blue sky with heavenly white clouds. The sky represents lack of conditions, freedom and growth, the clouds, a rising of spiritual awareness. He then found himself in a church, in a confessions booth, talking to a minister, as the church bells chimed in the steeple. Church means an awareness and affirmation of a higher power. A minister represents a teacher giving guidance. Confession is opening oneself up and lightening one's burden, discarding emotional and mental negativity. The ringing bell indicates an attunement and awakening to a new insight. Samuel switched gears and started another dream. He was walking in a valley, a place of calm and relaxation. He came across a venomous snake. The venom is poisonous attitudes and hostility, the lack of the good self-image. The snake represents creative energy and healing power from within, through the Holy Spirit. The snake did the circular dance around Samuel and slithered into the tall grass. He continued walking in the valley until he came across a thick wooded area. He entered the woods. This place seemed all too familiar to him. He knew he was about to be challenged by an enormous bear. He looked to the north, then the east, then the south, then, he slowly turned to the west and saw, as he had suspected, the big black bear. The bear noticed Samuel and started toward him. Samuel turned and started running. The bear picked up speed. It occurred to Samuel what Dr. Rhodes had said to him. When you see the bear, don't run. Confront it and realize you're dreaming. Samuel stopped running and turned toward the bear. The bear halted. What do you want? Samuel asked, scared. I want to scare you and be your worst nightmare, the bear growled. I represent introspection, power and strength. You're just a little boy in a bear costume, Samuel said. With courage, unfasten your suit, and show your real self. Sure enough, it unfastened the suit and a little boy stepped out. Now that you have discovered me, I'll never be able to scare you again or be your worst nightmare, the little boy said. From then on, Samuel no longer had nightmares, only good dreams. He no longer needed to go to the Sleep Institute. He was very grateful that Dr. Rhodes he showed him the way out of the nightmares and enjoyed his future dreams and their interpretations.